The money is in the list. That's what they say, right? If you want to build a business online, you need to have an email list. But how do you grow? How do you start building an email list? Well, you need a lead magnet and you need a landing page to put that lead magnet on so people can give you their email address and sign up for it so you can deliver it to them. So this is going to be today a step-by-step tutorial on how to create a lead magnet landing page. Now this is a continuation of my lead magnet and email marketing series, so if you haven't already, you may want to watch the other videos first, and I'll put a link to them up here. So far I've covered how to create a lead magnet, what a lead magnet is and how it can help you earn passive income, how to create a mock-up for it so that it looks beautiful and it's attractive to people, and also how to create a video mock-up for it that really stops the scroll and makes your lead magnet more magnetic, shall we say. All right, so today, like I said, I'm going to demonstrate how to take that mock-up that we created in the last video and build a beautiful, high-converting landing page. Now, don't worry, it's only going to take a few minutes. We're going to do it very quickly and easily using my favorite email marketing software, and that is Flodesk. So let's get into it. Okay, like I said, we're going to be using Flodesk for this, and this is a email marketing software. Some other similar ones are like ConvertKit, Aweber, MailChimp, things like that. I really like Flodesk, and one of the reasons that I prefer them is, first of all, they help you to create beautiful emails really quickly and easily. The other thing that I really like is their pricing. And that is because it is one price no matter how many email subscribers you get. So before I started using Flodesk, I was using another software, and whenever my email list would grow and I'd get more subscribers, then the price would go up. And so that made me really kind of resist getting new subscribers because I didn't want my price to go up. But that's not good for business, right? I need to get new subscribers. So, and I love that with Flodesk, it is one price, so it is a monthly. I do pay it for it monthly, but it's not a lifetime. It is a monthly, but that monthly price doesn't change, and you can try it out for free. I'll put a link in the description so you can try them out, and also if you use my link, you can get 50% off of your first year, the whole first year, even if you're paying monthly, not if you pay up front. So that's a really great deal. All right, so let's get started. So I am in my Flodesk here, and when you log in, you're usually on the email tab, but I just clicked here on the forms tab. And then what we're going to do in order to create, now what I do now a lot of times is I'll just take one of these templates that I've used before and I'll click here and I'll say duplicate. But I'm assuming that you haven't done this before, so we're going to create from scratch a new form. And if you don't want to do this, I want you to learn how. But also, I've got a template for you that you can just copy mine and basically duplicate and then just customize it. So I'll put a link to that in the description to that as well. But you're going to go here, and we want a full page because this is going to be our landing page, and it's just going to be on Flodesk. It's not going to be on our website. So if you wanted one to be embedded in your own website, if you had a blog or something, you can choose inline, and then you can get code that you'll be able to embed into your own website. But I want to show you today how to just quickly and easily create a landing page without having to have a website. So we're going to click on full page here. And they've got some different options here, quite a few different options. And some of them have pictures and some of them don't. Now, I am very visual. So, and most of the things that I create have a visual element to them. So I always use ones with a photo. Now this one, I'm going to show you where we're going to be creating a landing page that's going to look similar to this when we get done. And you can see this is all that is on the page. That's why it's called a landing page. It's got the opt-in form here because there's nowhere else for people to go, because the only thing you want them to do is to sign up for your email list. or to get the, get your lead magnet. So this is what we're creating here, although we're going to do it a little bit different. You can see over here on the left side, the image is like the whole left side of the page here, and it kind of varies depending on, how big your screen is. It adapts to that. So I like that, but I want to show you that one I kind of like. This one is cool too, but this one is one I use kind of more often, and the image is not the full page. It's kind of set into the page. And then also this one up here just has 2 places for text, your headline and then here, whereas this one has some extra text here under the button, and I'm going to show you why we want that here in a minute. So we're just going to click Customize, and then it's going to ask you right away to choose a segment. You want to create a new segment for each new form that you create. That's what I do so that you'll know how people got on your email list, and you may want to send them different emails depending on which segment they are in. So you can click here and choose one of these, or you can create. So I'm just going to say new form here, and that is the segment. Normally I will name it according to what the freebie is what my lead magnet name is. So this is my passive income plan. So I would probably name this my passive income plan freebie. And that's what I would do. This is where you get to customize this template. So first of all, I'm going to add the picture here, the image, and I'm going to click on that. And once you click on it, then over here, you have to click here to upload your image. Now it says here recommended 2000 pixels by 2000 pixels, but that is a square image, and it doesn't really show a square image here. It's going to show it rectangle. So I don't know why they recommend that. So I'm going to show you how it looks with both a square image and a rectangle image. So let's put in a square image here. So you can see it cuts it off, and you can put your mouse here on the image over here and slide it around to make it where you want. You can also click here and zoom in or zoom out, but you can't really zoom out any more than what your image is there. So that's what it looks like with my square image. So let's choose a rectangle image. And I usually have both a rectangle and a square image of a mock-up of my lead magnet to use on different websites. So I usually create a square one so that I can put that on Instagram, and I usually create a vertical one that I can use for Pinterest. So I usually have both anyways. And in my previous video, if you'll remember, I went over how to create a mock-up like this with your lead magnet. So this one is a PDF, and it's a printable, but you can also view it on your iPad. So I've got it shown here on an iPad, and this is just an image that I inserted this front cover of my lead magnet into it. So again, watch the previous video if you want to see how I created this mock-up. So I think that looks better than the square one did, where part of the words were cut off. And then you're going to put in your headline here, and I'm going to copy it from this other one that I had. And this one was this is actually a product. It's not a freebie. I normally sell it for $27, but I used this product in a bundle that I participated in, and so that's why I had the $27 marked out, because when somebody purchases the bundle, then they got access to this workbook for free. So you want to put your headline here, and you can, if you click inside here, and then you can highlight, and you can bold, you can italicize. I don't want to do that. You might italicize part of it. And you can also choose your fonts over here. If you want to change your font, they have quite a lot of fonts in here for the headline. I would use one that is really bold. And here you can see this is the light version. So I'm going to change that to at least the semi-bold, maybe the bold. because you really want that headline to stand out. And then you've got some area of text here, and I like to do kind of like bullet points, or at least a couple of different paragraphs here. Now, did you notice that when I made this longer, when there's more text in here, then this image changes? So there's no way around that other than putting less text in here. So I can take out that one line here. Oh, yes. See, the less text you go, then it's going to change what shows up in this image over here. So you want to keep that in mind. Your headline, you might want to make this a little bit smaller so that it fits on one line. I don't know. I'd have to make it way smaller. But that would give me more. So you can play around with that, play around with the size and the size of the font here. You can do the same as well. Change the size of the font. If you want to select it all, you can. So if you don't know these shortcuts, if you double click on a word, it's going to select that word. If you triple click, it's going to select the paragraph. And if you want to select everything, you can do Command or Control A. That's going to select everything. And there we can change the size, and you can see how the image over here is changing because of that. But I do like to have pretty big text because some people are going to be viewing these on their phone and they may not be able to read it. And I'd rather have people read it than to see all of what is on this image here. But I can make this shorter. And another trick that I do is a lot of times I'll write it out what I want to say, and then I might put it into ChatGPT, or actually I use another AI software, which is called Marketing Magic, and I'll put a link to that in the description. I use it all the time. It is so cool because it saves for me my basic info, like what I do, who I am, what my voice is, what kind of tone and all that kind of thing. And I just have to put the basic prompt, like, can you take this paragraph and reduce it to only 100 characters, whatever, something like that. And I've bolded this because that's the most important part that I want them to see. If there's something else in here, you can just double click on the word and click bold to bold it and to make that stand out. And I also like to use emojis, and shortcut to get to the emojis is Control Command Space on a Mac. And I'm not sure if that's the same, if it's like Control Option Space on Windows. I'm not sure since I don't use Windows, but I might do a emoji here. We got a bonus, and I might do some kind of emoji here, and check mark. This just makes it easier for people to read it than it just looking like a big block of text, because we just skim. People do that. We're busy, and so anything you can do here to make this easier for people to read is going to be good. Now, another thing we can do here with the design is to change the color of the background. So all you have to do is click here on this color, and they have all of these preset colors, or you can, now these are my brand colors, so I'm able to set certain colors that I use all the time for my brand. But if that's not quite matching up, see that I want something that's going to be closer to one of these colors here. So I can click on this eyedropper, and I can go over here to my image, and I can click this, and that is kind of dark. Let's try it again. Let's see if we do one of these. How about this? Or I could try doing one of these turquoise colors here. Kind of like that, but I want it to be a little bit lighter, so I can use this slider here and just slider. Oh, that looks better. Maybe a little bit lighter. So I like that. That looks good, and it's still easy. If I'm going to have a very dark color for the background, that you'd probably want to have white for your text, but I actually find for most people it's easier to read with the black text. So I'm going to just make this a little bit lighter, and we'll go with that. Okay. And then here is an undo and a redo. So if I wanted to undo what I just did or redo it, you can do that. And then here is where people are going to put their name, and that's a little bit hard to see. So let's format that a little bit. And you can add different fields here if you want. Sometimes I don't even ask for their name because sometimes they're more likely to sign up if they don't have to put their name. So you can click here and just delete that if you want to. And then we've got email address, and you can change what you want it to show right in here. I'm going to leave that as email address, and then you can click on the font, and this is the font that's the same up here, so I'm going to leave that, and you can change the size. See, make it really big, make it really small. And then the style also, and see, it's not very easy to see here, and you can even make it to have the rounded. I usually do rounded on all, that's just kind of my branding thing. And the border color, we can change that to black to make it stand out a little bit. Here, the background is going to be the same color as the background of this form here is going to be the same color as your background. If you want it to be a different color, you could do it here. So I would do that so that it stands out more and have it, here's the fill color and this is black. You can change this and make it a different color like that. But usually when you have a color, people want to just click, and with the white, then they can see that's where they click to put in their email address. Now, another thing that I like about the Flodesk, these forms, is that they make it easy to segment your email list. And you can ask, what are you interested in hearing about? Or, like, what else do you want to know from me? And you can turn this part, you can put it in or take it out by, these are called preferences. So you can just toggle that off if you don't want that on there, or you can toggle that on. For instance, for my own business, I teach on several different things. So it's all basically passive income, but I have information on self-publishing on Amazon. I have information on Amazon influencer program and several other things. So if I want to know, are you interested in self-publishing? Are you interested in the Amazon influence program? Are you interested in affiliate marketing? So that if I want to segment my list from the very beginning, I can do that. And the way, you just need to click here on option 1, and then you go over here and you will just type in, like, say, self-publishing. And then you're going to add them to a segment when they click here. I can say interested in self-publishing. And so I can create a new form right here. I don't have to go back to the forms in this audience and the segments to do that. I can just create it right here. So I just want to add them to that one segment and say they are interested in self-publishing. And then you do the same thing with options 2 and options 3, and you can add more options. I have some that I have like 5 options here. So, but we're just going to leave it to 3 for right now. And then this button here, we want to customize it because that's not very noticeable, that color, right? So we want to make it, and I want the style to match this. So I'm going to change it to the rounded button looking type here, and then let's change the background of it, and let's just make it black because that's going to stand out and that's going to match my image over here. You can change the sizing of the button where it's not full width, but I like to go ahead and have it as big as it'll be. So, and the height here, if you change that, it's going to make it bigger like that. And then you can also go up here to the font and change the font. And I do want to make that a bit bigger. And if you want to change the wording here, just click in there, and then you can say download now or access guide now, or you might say, yes, I want this, something like that. And then we can change the font color as well. So I could change it to be the same as like this, my background here, or I could just have it be white. I think I like it the white. That shows up better. Okay, one more thing. This text here at the bottom. Right now it says your information is 100% secure. It will never be shared with anyone. You can unsubscribe at any time. So I usually put some type of disclaimer like that, or your information is secure. You can unsubscribe, but by subscribing to this, you agree to receive emails from JoDitt and Fruitful Creativity. Make your own statement there. And this is important to have. Now it's hard to see here because we changed the background color and that's like this, almost the same. So I'm going to make that like a gray color so that it is readable, but it's not the main thing you want your person to read, but you do want to have that on there. You can also put in a copyright and your name or your business name and have that in there as well. Okay, so that's looking pretty nice, right? Up here on the right, this is the desktop preview. So you can see this is how it's going to look if somebody views it on their computer. You can click here and this is the mobile preview. So, and it's not showing the image you can see here, and I want to show you where the setting is for that. Just click on the background anywhere, and it's going to give you some options over here. This is where the preferences option is, and then image on mobile. So if you want to show your image on mobile, be sure to toggle that on, and let's see what that looks like. So you can see it's going to show it up here at the top. And I usually do. I like to have the image there, so I usually will do that. But you notice it cuts off part of it. So, but I like that they give you the preview. So that's pretty easy, right? To create this beautiful, stunning landing page. Now we are almost done. We just have a couple more settings that I wanted you to make sure that you're aware of. So click over here on settings. And then you can choose whether to have double opt-in. So if you click double opt-in, that means that subscribers who opt in this form, they'll receive an email confirmation saying yes to confirm that, and they have to click on that inside the email before they're added to your email list. Now, I don't do that because they are getting a freebie from me, and when they send them that, they're going to have to click a link in order to access that freebie. So that is how I'm making sure, that they definitely want to be on my email list. So I don't do the double opt-in because I find that people find that a little bit annoying that they have to click on the first email and then they have to wait for a second email to get the actual freebie that they're wanting. And then notify me when subscribers opt in. So if you click that on, you're gonna get an email every time somebody opts in. So I don't do that because I get a lot of signups and I don't want to email every time somebody signs up. And then here, if you need to, you can change the segment that you want them to be in, or you can even choose multiple segments if you want people to be in multiple segments there. And then here on the link, you can customize your link here. So there's just this gobbledygook that Flodesk puts in by default, but you can change this to say my custom form, whatever it is, and save. And then it'll be this here. That'll be the end of the link. But then I wanted to show you the link preview. So if you plan to post a link to this on social media like Facebook or Instagram, something like that, then this is what's going to show up unless you come in here and change it. So this Flodesk, and we don't want it to be that. We want it to be this same image that we chose for our form. Like that. And then you want to change here to be the title of your lead magnet. I usually put in whatever my header is and then here I'll put in whatever usually is in the description. I'll usually like copy and paste it from over here, although you're limited here to 155 characters. And there's no save button. So when you click off of it, it's saved. So you kind of wonder, well, did it save? But yeah, it did. So then you can just X out of that. And then one more step, and that is what's going to happen after somebody puts in their email address and hits access the guide now. what's going to happen next. That's what this thank you is for. So you click on thank you, and so you can choose from one of these messages here. It'll say thank you for subscribing. Just thank you. That's it. Keep an eye on your inbox for updates. You can also type in a custom message here. So you can do that if you're planning to send them the freebie via your email. And that's what I usually do and what I recommend most often, because that way you're ensuring that people are actually going to go to their emails and going to find it in their email and click on it. And that kind of confirms and helps the next emails you send them to be delivered because they've already clicked on something in your email. And in order to do that, the next step would be that you'll need to set up a workflow in Flodesk. Now, I will show you that in my next video in this series, so you got to stay tuned for that because this video is getting long enough already. But I just wanted to show you, you can do your custom message here. You can change the font and the font size, everything just like you could before. And it's just going to put that at the end of this part's going to be kind of grayed out. And your message will be here. And that's it. Okay, that's it, my friend. We are done with our lead magnet landing page. And we can click here on the share button and copy this. And if I open up a new page here and paste that in, we're going to see what it looks like. And this is what it looks like on my computer. And then you go back here to your forms and you'll see it here. And you want to go back then and change the name of it. So this says full page with image. That was the name that Flodesk had of this. So I will say my passive income plan freebie. And there you have the name of it. And then after you've done that, you don't have to click into it each time in order to get that share link. You can just click right here and click get form link, and it'll give you the link, which you can copy or you can share it directly to Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest or LinkedIn like that. And then if you want to make some changes, then you can just click on the edit and it'll take you back into it like we just were, and you can make your edits. And then once you start getting subscribers, you can click here. And that's going to show you how many visitors have been there, how many opt-ins, and what the conversion rate is. So that's it, my friend. Now you know how to create your own lead magnet landing page quickly and easily using Flodesk. But if you want a shortcut, remember, you can grab my template. That's going to make it easier for you. So I'll put that in the description. Be sure to grab that. And then also, if you haven't already, be sure to watch the rest of my lead magnet series so that you have the whole process from beginning to end, and stay tuned for the next video, which is going to be on how to automate that flow and how to make the workflow, how to send the email, how to make sure that Flodesk actually sends the email with your lead magnet in it after somebody clicks on the button, and how to then add them to a sequence so that I get several more emails from you so that they are more apt to buy your thing or to do whatever it is that you're wanting them to do. So stay tuned for that next video. If you have any questions for me about this process, leave them in the comments. I'll be glad to answer. And if you have been following along in creating a lead magnet from watching these videos and creating your mock-up and creating your landing page, following along with my tutorials, I would love to see it. So put a link to your lead magnet. Yes, I'm offering you the opportunity to get a free advertisement for your lead magnet. So put a link to it in the comments below, and be sure to hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up and like this video so I will know that you're liking it and I'll make more.